First of all, let me welcome our traditional rulers here present, our King of Zions. I believe His Excellency will join us very soon. We welcome him in advance. I want to especially thank the convener of this program, Chief Benjamin Olomidegun, for putting together this wonderful program. This is one of its kind, and we have to pray that God will continue to strengthen him for us in Jesus' name. I also especially recognize the committee members that have put together the quality of the speakers, ranging from our elders to the millennium, and I believe Gen Zs. I am a representative of the Gen Zs and the millennium in this conversation today. Please put your hands together for me. Yes, I have high level of connectivity with them. Now, ọfọ for me, AC ọfọ Òyìnbó alágbagba, because majority of ọfọ yìí èyí hold were bound. Àwọn àgbàlagbà ti tà mọ́lẹ̀ ní nàná. Ṣùgbọ́n ìmọ́lẹ̀ yìí ìbọn àtàtó mo fẹ́ tú àṣírí ìbọ̀ kàngàngà náà. The title of my presentation is Breaking Down Barriers, Building Bridges for Collective Progress. Wọ́n lè break barriers yìí wọ́n bá identify. Bó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ obstacle èmi delay rẹ̀ èmi disturb rẹ̀ wà kọ́kọ́ identify obstacle yẹn. Ẹ̀rọ wa tó ṣe ni náà ni pé in identification of the obstacle, you will understand the magnitude of obstacle yìí bá ẹni fà, you be making serious effort working in the wrong direction. First of all, I want to identify the obstacles that are facing Ilaje people. Elders, particularly our highest political office holder. I can always continuously call him highest political office holder because Ilaje entrusted so much in his hand and he has done so much for us. This is not a conversation whereby we will not acknowledge all the progress that have been made so far. Our Lord try in Ilaje, we tried a lot for producing those quality of leaders. And Agbalagba Meta is on of Barajo because they identify number one problem that is facing us. Our historical and cultural divides, the differences within the Ilaje communities in terms of historical affiliations. Ọ̀kan tó wá join here lately ní ara sọ̀rọ̀ wọn. When we talk about dichotomy, àwọn àgbàlagbà yẹn sọ pé dichotomy yẹn pé à ń pè wọn healthy rivalry gbà ń fọ̀fọ̀ nàná ṣùgbọ́n ajẹ́yìn mi ṣàlàyé kàngàngán. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ Professor Wọlé Ṣóyínká. Ìgbà Professor Wọlé Ṣóyínká yóò dá parade nílẹ̀. Intention rẹ̀ ni pé jẹ́ Africa advance course èyí aka seek justice and protection of the students. Ṣùgbọ́n wọn parade ti dààmú àwọn wọ́n nìyí ń fún ààrẹ èlé ṣàlàyé rẹ̀. That is exactly what happens to dichotomy. Dichotomy yìí èyí à ń rò pé ó rí akàrà àgbàlagbà because averagely they should be in their 70s kàrà ìsọ̀rọ̀ nàná. Of course, bá a bá fẹ́ jayò pa àbílẹ̀ ká sọ pé yes 70. And in their own truthfulness, it was a healthy rivalry. Ṣùgbọ́n àdàbọ̀nẹ́ gbé 25 cl of water nínú èrò ìyàn yìí gba 133 litres. What we have seen in terms of dichotomy go beyond, it has gone psychological. For them to know the magnitude of what dichotomy is in Ilaje now, you will be surprised that at the convenance of this meeting, an average young person in Ilaje from 50 years and below, anybody that make any statement, any representation, any discussion, we have had a lens through which we screen that conversation before we make statement or whether we support or for. And what is this lens? You have me screen conversation here. Lens here dichotomy. The moment somebody is talking, you will find out that there will be a heated argument about this conference we are having today. And that has been a big problem that gave birth to the second barrier. The second barrier you can see is what we call political fragmentation, which is lack of united front in policy advocacy. Now, when we talk about political fragmentation, I just alaye kangarawa, we have this current problem. Èyí dàbí ni pé lójú wa àwa nìkan erroneously assume pé leadership, political leadership, you are formidable and strong enough to represent us. Meanwhile, our attitude of dichotomic attitude in a fragment effort nani. But I will explain in other conversation how the effect of all these things. Economic disparity, àbí sọ̀rọ̀ unequal access to resources and opportunity, which is Ilaje classify as barrier pé mi ní opportunity, mo ní opportunity wo ní, mo ní opportunity wo ní. Or meanwhile àwa láàrẹ̀ dẹ̀ mà pé right from the word onset opportunity have never been equally presented. Even when it is equally presented, it is not seen the same way. Mo fẹ́ ṣàlàyé every day opportunity mi wà present, only present ara rẹ̀, but àti rí àti mà opportunity wà presented is different from person to person. Ajẹ́mípa ìtànkà. A young man came to me, we were together, we were very close friends. He was looking for opportunity to meet a big man who was a director in an office. Mo wá sọ pé Jimoh wọ́n rí pé máa introduce the woman yẹn, but mate read the right opportunity. So over that December àwa fẹ́ wálé on Christmas, bàbá yẹn wá fà mí pé òun fẹ́ lọlé, wọ́n sọ pé máa lọlé ní Christmas dúró rán pé máa nìyẹn fọ pé kí mo wálé òun lọ́jọ́ dán, pé mo fẹ́ mú ẹjọ́ nílọlé rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ dán. Ó wá fọ pé kí mo fẹ́ pàfọ́ mo mate mọ bóyá ẹ̀ máa ń lè ṣẹlẹ̀ pé bọ̀tí dúró máa lọ, ó dẹ̀ gbá èè lọ lọ́dán. Ó wá tẹ̀lé mi lọlé máa nìyẹn lọ́jọ́ dán. Àwa tó bẹ̀ máa nìyẹn wá rí ó kí mi, ó kí ọ lè mọ adárúkọ ọ̀nà yẹn torí mi ní dákọ̀ ẹni pé ṣùgbọ́n a máa. Èèpẹ̀ wa ṣàdúró níbẹ̀, ó wá mọ́ ẹmọ wa mọ́ ànígbàjókòó ní ìta ní ilé rẹ̀. Máa ní kàwá kàwá ju kọ́kọ́rọ́ mọ́tò rẹ̀ omi pé ọ̀yá Oscar gbà bọ̀ mọ́tò já ṣe fàájì jáde lọ. Mo láti wọ́n fà ń pọ̀ ọ̀gá mi ìmà mọ́tò gbà pé ṣùgbọ́n bọ́ọ̀lù yá ń dé wọ́n ti ní gbà mọ́tò ní ìgbà wọn gánà máa 10 years ìrọ̀jẹ̀ ní ilé ìgbà èsì 10 years bọ́ mo máa kó mà mọ́tò gbà but èsì 10 years. Máa yẹn sọ pé kì í yóò lè gbájú wọ̀lé. Bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ó gbà wá round àṣẹ fàájì títí a fi padà ní ọjọ́ Christmas ẹ fẹ́ tó 12 o'clock. This is how this guy started his life. Today is a very strong force in this current government of Ondo State. Even though he doesn't have an appointment, but I'm afraid if they don't have an appointment, really governor. So what am I trying to say? Opportunity always presents itself. Some people squander their own, some people don't even see it. So it's not as if there are no opportunities. But however, we also have environmental challenges because of the terrain, environmental degradation as a result of oil exploration. But in kekere nara sorowa dey say kekere ju because ibomole for the only friend that we have is a common friend. Baba Professor Isonana, only Ilaje is one nation and Ilaje is one coastline. Coastline yìí òwe sọ̀rẹ́ wa rí, òwe sọ̀tá wa rí. The greatest adversity yìí confront wa náà báyìí òwe ṣe coastline yẹn. And the issue of limited infrastructural resources is as a result of many things that we are going to handle here, because if we are having equality representation or equal representation, any challenge. Now look at the consequences of this barrier. The consequences: slow regional development and under-representation in governance. How did this happen? We have resources that is limited, that cannot go round. One is a global issue. Because if Bakari in Ilaje, about diversity high. When I say biodiversity, there is totality of organisms and many things here who survive. But as those things were diminishing, people were looking for other mechanisms to survive. People try to gain one advantage over one another. Some of us now begin to demean our leaders because volunteer information. I am not excluding myself from it, but we all contributed into reducing the values of our leaders. If we don't talk cheap of our leaders, let me explain something. Morani Bokan, Ogbone vice chairperson, ó fọwọ́ laka tọ́ ìgbà rẹ̀ ní public torí kò sàbúrò rẹ̀. Mo láti wá pé èso ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀ dà vice chairperson náà wọ́n mi pé anti reduce value vice oko yẹn. Does it mean that because the Chief Justice of Ondo State is an Ilaje man, ó mi pé àáfọ̀n ààrẹ kan ti change the standard di èyí ló fi ń ṣe Chief Justice? So we have unconsciously diminished the values of our leaders. One way towards making them very forceful and unique and powerful is to give back the respect we have stripped them of and give it back to them. Now, I'm sọ̀rọ̀ nípa unemployment and youth restiveness as a result of the consequences of this barrier. AB àti youth restiveness ẹ̀gbọ́n àtàbúrò bó ti rí ebi pressure akátẹ́wò ebi àti pressure ebi kẹrẹ èyí tó mi gbà rẹ̀ ni ebi ní if you go through emotional intelligence ebi ní lockdown bọ̀kanra ní right brain because the brain is divided into two ibo rẹ̀ ya ní ọpọlọ ebi ní lock ẹ̀ down we call that place neocortex ibẹ̀ lè ṣiṣẹ́ bébí tí mi pa èrò ọpọlọ rẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́. Òun wo bá fọ̀ wọ́n lè bí nípa ìkọ̀kára ní left brain and the amygdala. Okay, èyí ní ronú omi matchmake ronú àpò omi bu rẹ̀ rí òun. Ìyá wa react. So what we are saying is that AB is a fundamental challenge. Now, way forward we are erosion of cultural identity and heritage. Now, the consequences of this. Let me also tell you another story. I was sharing with a chief executive officer on the importance of environmental impact assessment because I was telling him pé we connect a Ruma project EIA environmental impact assessment stakeholders engagement forum òun jẹ́ kí ara àyàn ní ọ̀nù project yẹn ni ní jẹ́ pé suggestion ńlá bí wọ́n bá ti rí pé suggestion ńlá wà carried they will follow through that project mo mi ṣàlàyé yìí hàn. The next thing man here from me pé instead of him to respond to that statement ó sọ pé Ilaje people wey they are all activists he didn't respond he was referring to pé Ilaje people they are activists that that is why their neighbors don't like them that even me I don't like them and because of the experience I have with ABC he just talked about and washed away the values of that conversation then àwọn èrò láti wá fún mi pé mi ìbá jẹ́ kí n máa gbé Ilaje múra. I'm telling you about how these things have made some of us don't want to accept the fact that Ilaje meanwhile kere Ilaje tá a ká run ara rẹ̀ ni because mo ti wo Ilaje yìí ìjọba tó dàbí máa lòkun ni ìfẹ́ máa lòkun fẹ́ mi yí ìgbìyànjú bẹ́ẹ̀ àti mi rẹ̀ ni and that is our culture is our identity is our lifestyle we have what we call wealthy lifestyle Ilaje mi rẹ̀ bí ní ọlọ́rọ̀ rí Ilaje ní bẹ̀ obìnrin in an apologetic manner no kí Ilaje ló sọ àrẹ pé wà á mú fẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ ni. It's a culture that anybody that hates Ilaje must settle with and we must not allow ourselves to be eroded because of the barriers that we are encountering in our terrain. Increase in security due to resource-based conflict. I have mentioned that. Now, what is the way forward? We're building bridges, collective progress. Ajama Tarawa. We have 4 years here to solve a serious problem. Ọ̀rọ̀ wa dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ Ilaje náà náà báyìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ọkùnrin Yehemi dùn in the same man Yehemi dùn ọwọ́ tó wá ká dùn wíkì ló mú ọwọ́ then ilé rẹ̀ wá ká jò òjígbélé rẹ̀ then àwọn anáṣẹ́ wá pé ọkọ̀ malòkun rẹ̀ ti rí pé aró rẹ̀ ti nà pẹ́lá rẹ̀ ti yọ. Now this man have avalanche of problem. Bàbá bí èdè wa lè wò pé kí èyí jí kọ́kọ́ àtẹ̀lé nínú ìṣòro rẹ̀. We will have as many answers as the number of people that are here. Jí mi relate ẹ̀ máa problem wa lálá àti ṣàlàyé ẹ̀gán nàná. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá jókòó ní ilé ìjọba bí ra ò pé bí ó bá ṣe ẹyọ project kan owó excellency because our excellency our governor is our son. He's seen our pain. Èyí wá dùn pé ó tó mi gbọ́ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀fẹ̀rún fún. Bàbá mi lè wáyé lè kéèké yìí àkọ́kọ́ ṣe ní problem Ilaje. I need different answers as the number of people because we need to kálukú ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn solution yẹn àwọn àgáyà nínú ara jẹ́ pé mo bá sọ̀bọ̀ how can take care mẹ́ta mẹ́rin. Now which one? Bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ nànájú profession ó yí Ilaje wọn coastline. Bó fẹ́ kọ̀ Ilaje is coastline. Má lòkun kẹ́mi gbé wa má lòkun ike bàbá wa mi fa òwe sọ̀rẹ́ wa ni òwe rẹ̀ tó sọ̀tà wa rí. Má lòkun ike abẹ́mi jẹun. Any solution yà bá fẹ́ adopt ní ọba yìí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ disturb livelihood wa àti jẹun torí wọ́n ti ní disturb livelihood wa àti wa jẹun solution yẹn ní wọ̀ èrò ìdílé ilẹ̀ sùúrù torí wọ́n lè fọ́ pé a ní serun tó bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ máa lọ́ máa lòkun so kí solution yá lè adopt ìyí máa lòkun èrè mẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ ìka lọ́ máa lòkun ká gbọ́n yá lè ka survive now ajá bí dédé wáyé wò bí máa lòkun bá gbé ayé tòrò for instance you and I know pé ìgbọ́kọ̀dá àwọn ọmọlùkù ti múra bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ka lè àwọn tí a balẹ̀ ní àkàlẹ̀ ìmọ̀jọ́ rẹ̀ ọdún bàbá kan fún àmì náà pé wọ́n ti gbé spiritually mẹ́ẹ̀fọ́ mi gbàgbọ́ o ṣùgbọ́n gbàmí ìyá ni bẹ̀rẹ̀ máa ń gbé o mẹ́ẹ̀mà ìrọ̀lẹ́ àti gbé o so mẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣàlàyé bóyá gbígbé ìyá wọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n if we have to do one project I will suggest by my own solution because we have a lot of problems I will suggest say the first one should be a road to Ayetoro and the protection of the shoreline because ìyẹ̀rẹ́ ní jẹ́jí malokun jíhọ́ ìyẹ̀rẹ́ ní àyàrá káyọ̀ tó ń da èrò malokun gbé tó bó ti yá ìgbé ìyẹ̀rẹ́ ní èdè èrò malokun àyàrá náà ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ èrò malokun and that's if government can do another project with that atolika but I feel that number one project would be and when this is done political cooperation torí bó ti yá jẹ́ opportunity yẹn open individuals aka ṣe oríṣiríṣi because one of the challenges ni pé a sọ̀rọ̀ nana pé poverty ya lẹ́fẹ̀lá ká ṣòwò ni mo jẹ́ pé cost of transportation kan ju wo fẹ́ ta five naira owó wo fẹ́ fi ra àrùn wo fẹ́ fi lára àrùn wo fẹ́ ta ó tó ju wo fẹ́ ta at the end of the day ajẹ́jẹ́ livelihood ni òun ẹ̀ difficult but if we have access road ibẹ̀ yẹn within 4 years both in the government dey achieve every other thing like I go make tell with all other government institutions here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my view with my people. I appreciate it. God bless you.